Thank you for staying with us. It is fight to finish in Rivers State as the gladiators in the political tension rocking the states show no sign of stopping. State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has presented the 2024 budget proposal of 800 billion naira to the 4-member faction of the State House of Assembly, led by Edison here. The presentation was done at the Government House in Port Harcourt following the demolition of the Assembly complex by the state government. Governor Fubara said the Appropriation Bill tacked budgets of consolidation and continuity is aimed at promoting economic growth in the states. Let's hear from Governor Siminalayi Fubara.
We assure you that we will never take your trust and confidence for granted. We will remain faithful to our oath of office and do the best we can to advance the aspiration of our people for good governance, peace, security, and inclusive development.
I wish my producer could just show us the 5 assembly members as the governor made his way into the assembly complex. The governor is taking his playbook from Governor Obaseki.
Yes.
Don't forget that in the last dispensation, Obaseki swore in a part of the assembly, 7 in number, and later became 10 thereabouts, and he rolled with them for 4 years.
No, but in that, you don't blame Obaseki because they refused to turn up. Those ones stayed away. So they just...
Middle of the night, that's when they swear in members. People came in.
They were not even ready.
Let's not go there because clearly they've lied to you. And when
you saw somebody in Shodlika.
in Ekiti State, we traveled together now.
Yes.
Mojid's elder brother.
Yes, John Raphael.
Yes. On the day they were inaugurated, we were there. Everybody will get the notice. But if you sent a notice out to only the people that you wanted to see there, it means that you did not want the other people to be part of the gathering. And you chose a time when people were still in their boxes. Rouse people from their beds, come and do this. They don't do it. We attended it. They didn't do it at 12 minutes.
And it's something that people attend, your family members, everybody.
Yes, it's a carnival-like thing. I mean,
we're supposed to be.
The Obaseki template.
I'm not justifying the template.
No,
just that
there's no way by which you can even morally justify it.
Yeah.
Because to try to justify that is to send a clear signal to people that you are not different from them. And we will never be like them. Illegality is illegality.
Yeah, that's right.
That somebody got away with it does not make it right. You know? And they didn't even have the kind of crisis that we have now in Rivers. It's just a case of, don't let Oshomole take control. Oshomole's person must not be the speaker. That is what they wanted to do. But if a man in Benue did the same thing, stopped his political godfather from producing the speaker. But that one didn't do it at midnight. He sat with them in the course of the
assembly complex at the inauguration.
And the tradition is not for you to sit with them. You are not one of them now. But you sat there and made sure that they chose their leader in your presence. Governors now see the assemblies in their states
as appendages, yes.
As a bunch of their errand boys, maybe like the people that they hold court over, like people in their homes, that they just, loba mera bread wambe. Kene jamilo loba me gbowo to je loba me gbowo. You know, people that you send on errands, assembly members across our states. They are so shameless, they are spineless, they cannot stand up and exercise the rights, the responsibilities that institution gives them. They've subordinated themselves to governors. They turned themselves to to errand boys
appendage of the executive.
of governors. People that governors can send on an errand. Governors now believe that in Nigeria, may it stop. By God's grace, it will stop.
Amen.
Governors now believe that they must be the ones to choose speaker. That's supposed to be a different arm of government. You want to be the one to choose speaker for them. It's all rubbish. And we will never make progress if we continue like this, because when a governor is misbehaving, it is the assembly that should step in and say, no, do this. But what we see, it is only when the governor is not doing their bidding. That is when, and usually even when governors are not doing their bidding, you know what they do? They will sacrifice their speaker. They will blame it on the speaker. They will sacrifice their speaker. So Fubara has seen what Obaseki did and got away with it. So he too is
don't forget that
the same thing.
they were in court 2 days before now.
To make somebody head of the faction, or head of a 5-man faction, now got a court injunction that they should not remove him as
the speaker.
We don't know how long this drama in Rivers will go on. But I remember advising Wike that this thing will get nasty. That the extent to which this thing will go, you may not be able to predict the extent to which, because it's clear now that this guy is prepared to even trample on the law just to make sure that he achieves his aim.
To make sure
his enemies are around the guy. There are people like President Tinubu, but who do not like Wike. Some of those people are with him now.
Yes.
And I want that to happen. I want that you are the elder. It's you who has to calm down. And it's not all wars that people go into. There's not all wars. So Fubara clearly now, what Fubara is desperate to do is to supplant Wike's structures.
Now 25.
No, it's structures. I'm talking about structures now. He wants to replace the local government chairman with caretaker chairman, the same way that governors do illegally. He too has joined the gang of governors who trample on the law just to put caretaker chairman in place. Now, when he puts those caretaker chairmen in place, they will replace the ones that Wike put there. He has refused to fund the State Independent Electoral Commission because the tenure of these ones are due. His plan is to wait rather than conduct primaries and then election. He's trying to put caretaker chairman in place. Once he does that, a substantial portion of the structure has been dismantled. That is what he wants to do, that Wike sensed. But how do you then stop him now? It's like
to stop.
That was why I made that statement about Obaseki. You see, it's unfortunate that our democracy has gone.
No, you said they did not go.
But when
they didn't
those ones didn't.
They were in the majority, so you can't say they didn't plan to go.
No, but what I'm trying to say,
if they were left to conduct the thing, Oshomole's candidate will have emerged as speaker.
As speaker, yes. So what I'm trying to say, following from that, is that, you see, when you finish ruling as a governor, spend 8 years, please pack your bag and go. If you decide to put your houseboy, or you decide to put your driver,
you can still go against
or whatever.
There's no
just know that,
guarantee.
please, the people have seen your face for 8 years. Please go away so that they can have a new lease of life. If you like, don't choose somebody who is of a high standing, of high, a high quality individual. If you like, you can go and choose any kind of person. But the point is that, you see, power is very sweet. Once he gets it, it's when it does not go into the hands of people. When power gets into the hands of a man and he sits down, people begin to advise him. Look at look at all the things before you. This same man, remember, was it Shomole who said that governors in some areas are even, that the president in some things are, the president is even powerless. Governors sign death warrants. The man looks and sits down and says, yes, I have arrived. And people, praise singers, will be pumping his head. with all kinds of possibilities. Then you think that that same man who was your bag carrier, your boy of yesterday, will still be the same thing today. No way. He will do anything. And there are, you see, day by day, we now start, we keep seeing bad examples of bad governance. Obaseki was so desperate. I'm not supporting what he did, but just look at how everything turned out. Those pro-Shomole legislators just ended up not going anywhere.
They use the judiciary. They also use the judiciary to deal with them. Because normally, that act of injustice in a decent country should not stand.
It should have been upturned.
It should have been upturned.
So the mandate of the people who voted for them was just wasted.
They didn't exercise it.
Was just wasted. So it is not right. A lot of these things need to stop. They need
Look
to
at one of the consequences of this
assembly
rubbish
complex.
fight is an assembly complex that cost so much
Till
money.
now, we don't know who bombed it initially.
Now they're saying the assembly is not safe.
We know who bombed it.
So now they are now saying the integrity of this so that the other faction will not have
be able to sit there.
And they have the mace, don't forget.
So when the former faction was sitting today, they sat inside the government.
The pro-Fubara faction, they are in control of the mace.
Oh man! All right, Nagu, thank you for your contribution. The message itself is getting more interesting.
Yes, sir. You know the air what.
And that's our take today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program.